Hey everyone, welcome back to my DIY Home with Liz. In today's video, I'm so excited. I am going to update my hutch for you in a really cool farmhouse DIY project that's super simple and easy for you to achieve. Okay, you guys, here's a look at how the hutch is looking right now. It's been like this since January, and it's just time for a little bit of a refresh and something new for summer. So I'm actually gonna take everything off of here so that we can start fresh. So my inspiration for this project were some herb prints that I found on Pinterest when I was looking around. And I found a free printable for us, and I'm gonna link in the description box so you guys can go and print these pictures off as well and use them in your house. So all I did was print off 6 prints just on my regular color printer. I decided I wanted to frame these up pretty inexpensively. The look I was going for this was I really wanted a really minimal frame. So I found these frames at Walmart and I got them in a package of 3 for $5.44, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And they just had a small black frame around the edge. So you didn't see much frame. So you may be wanting more of a frame for your project. You could get them at Dollar Tree. It would be a little less expensive, but these were what I was going for. So to assemble these prints, it was really easy. Just take out that little insert inside your frame that says 8 by 10, and I just set it right on top of what I had printed out. And then I made sure it was nice and center, and then I drew a pencil line around that little 8 by 10 sheet. And then from there, all I did was cut out around my pencil lines. Now, if you're like me, they're not gonna fit in perfectly, so I did have to trim a little bit around the edges, put them back in until they fit perfectly. So I repeated this for all 6 of my frames. So for my hutch decorations, I'm gonna have 4 main elements that I wanna incorporate. One is the pictures that we just put together. The second is terracotta pots. The third is greenery, and the fourth is books, just for some added texture and height. So the first thing I did was arrange my pictures on my hutch. So I just kind of spaced them out to where I thought they looked nice. I went out and purchased some terracotta pots for this project. Normally I have them around my house, but I have been using these for a ton of projects. Luckily, they're pretty inexpensive. So I got 10 of the medium-sized pots from Walmart. These are $1.24. I also got some of the trays that go underneath the pots, and these are, I think, around 70 cents. The smaller ones are even cheaper. So I got 4 of the medium-sized ones and 3 of the smaller ones. I also went to Dollar Tree and picked up 5 packages of their small pots, and 3 of them come in a small package. I could only find 2 of the medium pots. So my next step was to arrange the pots on my hutch. So this is the fun part for me. I just kind of played around with it, moved things around. You want to stand back, see how it looks, see where you have spaces, and just keep adding till it looks the way you like. When you're doing an arrangement like this, it's always great to have some way to elevate things. So I wanted to come up with an inexpensive option for you guys. So I picked up a bunch of books at my thrift store. Now, the books I get are the paperback books, and I try to get ones that are kind of more worn or discolored around the edges. I think those end up looking the best. And you want to get maybe a variety of sizes. So I picked up around 15 books on half price day. My thrift store sells books for 8 for $1, so this is really inexpensive. All I did was pull off the cover on the books. Next, I just took the books, put them on my hutch. Some of them I used to elevate pots, others I put up on their side to make them look, just a little bit interesting. It just gives a little bit more interest and texture to your piece with staying in a neutral color scheme. So when I stepped back and looked at this, I noticed that these pots were looking way too new for a farmhouse look. But I didn't want them to be really white because being on my hutch, that if they were completely white, they would just blend in and it wouldn't look good. So I decided what I was gonna do is a really soft white paint on these. So the way I achieved that was I got a rag that was basically saturated in water, and I was dipping it in water. And then I took that rag and dipped it into some Waverly white chalk paint. Then from there, I just smeared that paint onto my pot. If I felt like it was too much paint, I just added some more water and just kind of smeared it around until it was more of a clear consistency. If I wanted some that had more paint to them, I just added more paint and smeared that around. So I did a variety of this, and I didn't do this with all my pots. I probably took about half of them off of the hutch to paint and left the other half. That way it would give me a little bit more visual interest. So to add these back to my shelf, I was thinking before I took them down, and I took a picture with my cell phone. That way I could just put them back in place and I didn't have to go through the whole figuring out where they went. So that's a tip. If you're gonna take things down to paint them, just make sure you take a picture. The next step is going to be to add in greenery. So I started by adding in 2 IKEA plants. So I'm gonna start off adding a few different types of plants to the hutch. So this plant, you guys, I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I've probably taken off so many different little pieces of this. I think this is like $7 half price, but it is well worth it because I've used it so much. I still have like 2 of these. So I am going to put this in. I'll probably end up cutting it up. I also picked up this cool stuff. It's called, well, it's just called a leaf stem, but it almost looks like the lamb's ear, and they're single stems. I grabbed these at Walmart, and they're $3 each. So I'm gonna cut these apart and add those in for now, and then I may end up adding more later. I wanted to show you guys how little of the greenery I actually used to achieve this look, because I know sometimes when we look at things online we think, oh, that would be really expensive to do all that greenery. Okay, so remember how I showed you this? This is how much I have left still. So I maybe used like 2 little sprigs of this. And again, I told you I've used this on so many different projects, and this only cost me $7, and I still probably will be able to get another project on it. And then for the stems that I picked up at Walmart, I used 2 stems. I still have a couple on here, but these were $3 each. So I would say easily for under $10, I did the greenery for my hutch. And here's a look at my final hutch, you guys. I think it is ready for summer. I was able to achieve this look on a really tight budget, and I want to encourage you to just keep it simple. Stick with maybe 3 or 4 elements when you're decorating, and I think you get a really impactful look. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of my hutch. Do you like it? Yay or nay on that one? And if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I post 3 to 4 DIYs each week, and I will link right here to another farmhouse DIY that I know you guys will enjoy watching, so just click on it and you can watch that next. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!